sun was setting over Route 66, painting the Arizona sky in shades of orange and red. Cars passed occasionally, but the long stretch of desert highway was mostly quiet. At the edge of an old gas station stood a small boy, maybe 9 years old, holding a dusty, beat-up bicycle. His clothes were worn, his shoes nearly torn open, and his face carried the tiredness of someone far older. A group of bikers from the Iron Hawks MC, leather vests heavy with patches, rumbled into the station. Their engines echoed through the empty highway. The leader, Bear Thompson, a tall man with a deep voice and a calm presence, took off his helmet and stretched. That's when he saw the boy walking toward them. "Sir," the boy said softly, voice shaking, Can you buy my bike?" Bear frowned. "Why would I buy your bike, kid? Looks like you still need it." The boy gulped, eyes filling with tears he tried to hide. "Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days," he whispered. "We don't have any money. I can't work, sir, but I can sell this. It's all I have." The bikers fell silent. Bear crouched down to the kid's level. "What's your name?" "Eli," he said. "Where's your mom now?" "Back at the motel," Eli replied. "She told me to stay inside, but I couldn't watch her be hungry anymore." One of the bikers cursed under his breath, shaking his head at the thought of a child trying to feed his own mother. Bear stood up straight. "How long have you two been out here?" 3 weeks, Eli said. "We moved from Oklahoma 'cause Mom said we were starting a new life. But someone took all our things, all our money. They said Mom owed them, but she didn't. They just took everything." The boy's voice cracked. Bear's jaw tightened. The rest of the Iron Hawks exchanged looks, hard looks. Bikers knew what it meant when someone preyed on the weak. Bear reached into his jacket, pulled out a $100 bill, and handed it to Eli. "I'm not buying your bike," he said. "I'm helping your mom." Eli shook his head. "But I don't want charity." "This ain't charity," Bear said. "It's respect." Eli's small hands closed around the money, trembling. Bear turned to 2 bikers. Tank, Ryder grabbed some food from the store, real food, not junk, and water. The 2 men nodded and hurried inside. Bear placed a hand on Eli's shoulder. "We're gonna take you and your mom home. You're safe now." Eli looked up, confused. "Why are you helping us?" Bear gave a small smile. "Because no kid in America should stand on a highway begging someone to buy his bicycle to feed his mama." Eli finally broke into tears, burying his face in his hands. The Iron Hawks stood around him protectively, engines cooling, the desert wind picking up. They didn't know it yet, but the people who stole everything from Eli's mother were about to face the full fury of a motorcycle club. The Iron Hawks followed Eli through the fading Arizona light, their motorcycles forming a protective circle around him as he rode in Bear's sidecar. After a short drive, they reached a rundown roadside motel, its neon sign flickering weakly, half the letters burned out. Room 12's door was cracked open, as if someone had forced it weeks before and no one bothered to fix it. Eli ran ahead. "Mom, I got help." Inside, a frail woman slowly stood from the edge of the bed. Her hair was messy, her face pale, but her smile was soft when she saw her son. "Eli, baby, I told you not to go outside." Bear stepped into the room respectfully. "Ma'am, name's Bear Thompson, we're the Iron Hawks. Your boy told us what happened." Her expression tightened with fear. "We don't want any trouble." "You didn't bring the trouble," Bear said gently. "It came to you. Now we're sending it back." Before she could respond, Tank and Ryder entered with bags of groceries, real food, bread, fruit, chicken, milk. Eli's mother stared at the bags as if she couldn't believe they were real. Then her hands began to shake. "They took everything," she whispered. "We were on our way to California, new start. But when we stopped in New Mexico, those men in the black van, they said my husband owed them money from years ago. He's gone now. They said the debt was mine." Bear exchanged a dark look with his men. "How much did they take?" he asked. "Everything," she said. "Our clothes, our documents, even the little money I had hidden in Eli's toy. They laughed while they searched us." Eli held his mother's hand tightly. Ryder stepped forward. Did you catch their plates? She nodded slowly. I wrote it right here. She pulled a folded paper from her pocket. Tank snapped a picture of it. Bear, that's the same crew that's been running scams on travelers all summer. Bear's eyes hardened. Then they picked the wrong mother and the wrong kid. He turned back to Eli and his mom. You two stay here tonight. We'll take care of the rest. Eli looked up nervously. Sir, are you going to get hurt? Bear crouched. Not a chance, but someone else might learn a lesson. 2 hours later, under the desert moon, the Iron Hawks located the black van parked behind an abandoned auto shop. Voices echoed from inside the building, 3 men drinking, laughing, talking about easy targets and fresh cash. Bear pushed the door open. It slammed against the wall with a thunderous crack. The men froze. Tank grabbed the first one before he could reach for the table. Ryder pinned the second against the wall. The third man tried to run, but stopped when he saw 8 more bikers behind Bear. Bear's voice was calm, but lethal. You took everything from a woman and her boy. Now you're giving all of it back. We don't have it anymore, one man stuttered. Wrong answer. What happened next wasn't violence, it was justice. They recovered a bag of stolen items, IDs, money, and dozens of belongings from other victims. Near dawn, the Iron Hawks returned to the motel. Bear handed Eli's mother her bag, documents, money, and even Eli's toy truck with the hidden cash still inside. She covered her face and cried. Ma'am, Bear said softly, your new start begins today. Eli hugged him tightly. Thank you, sir. Bear tapped the boy's shoulder. No, kid, thank you for being brave enough to ask for help. The engines roared to life again, echoing across the desert. No one preys on the weak, not when the Iron Hawks are on the road.